And sit up tall. And feel the spine. Take a big, deep breath in, and as you relax with the out breath, feel your body. Become aware of all the sensations in your body. Be aware of your heartbeat. Tune in right from the beginning. Tune into yourself. Tune into your breath, your heartbeat, any sensations. And then we just use the Om Namo to increase that sense of connectedness, being switched on. We connect with the ancestors of this lineage, this body of knowledge and spiritual. To continue the spiritual lineage, which has its roots in several different traditions. So we tune into Guru Nanak, Guru Ram Das, Yogi Bhajan, and all the teachers who form part of the Golden Chain. Bringing your hands together in Prayer Mudra. Prepare to become a link in that chain with Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale to begin. Om. Tighten the muscles along the spine, starting at the base with the root lock, and then going all the way up, right up into the base of the brain, up to the crown, tight, 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 and exhale. One more time, inhale deep, wake up the energies in the Shushmana, squeeze Ida Pingala on either side of the spine, Shushmana in the center, starting at the base, anal, genital, navel muscles, moving that energy up with the muscles, right up into the crown. Exhale when you need to, and relax. Good morning and welcome. come. I so seldom teach in the morning. So nice. So we're going to look at self-esteem today, and the concept of self-esteem in the East is very different to the concept of self-esteem in the West. Self-esteem in the West is really seen as the ego repairing the ego. Yeah? We've got to like bolster the ego and get out there and put all of that ego clothing on so that you can make an impact in the world around you, which is valid. But there's another concept to self-esteem, which is a fragrance, and it's the fragrance that comes from the soul. It comes from that connection with that deep spiritual core, which when it's missing really feels like there's something wrong. There's something that's not there. And then the bolstering of the ego becomes a very poor second best. When they're both there, when the fragrance is there, then the ego work is valid. I mean, it's just something, an ego is a tool, we use it. It's a very, very profound tool. It's a very useful tool. But if it's the only tool, then it feels like a very, very poor substitute for what should actually be motored by the fragrance. The fragrance, when it's there consistently, has that sense of being that root that gives the flower of the ego. So we're going to work a little bit on that. So let's warm up the body, because as I said, it's a fairly intense set, short. It's a short set, but long times. I mean, few kriyas, but long times for each kriya. So we want to really warm up the spine. So let's do the warm-up that I taught last week, that consistent flowing sequence of asanas, and I'll teach it again so that those who weren't here can learn it. It's a really lovely sequence to do on your own at home. Warm up your whole spine, and then we'll go on into the kriya. So we start off in rock pose. So Virasana, this is called hero pose. Vir means hero. And your hands are in Prem Mudra. And you inhale and stretch up and back. And let's do it really slowly, so you get that real stretch in the spine. Exhale, come forward, arms next to the ears in a bow, all the way down to Good Pranam, bowing to the teacher within, and then you'll slide forward on the mat, full length, coming down flat into Cobra pose, and you're going to inhale up into Cobra. Try to get the heels together. Then you'll tuck the toes under, push up into dog stretch, downward facing dog. And on an inhale, head up, step forward with the right leg. All the way forward, knee on the ground. Exhale with hands in Kriya Mudra. Inhale, stretch up and back. And exhale, both hands next to your front foot. Step together. Exhale, drop your hands in Yoga Mudra all the way down, head to knees. Inhale, stretch forward as you come up. Kriya Mudra. Exhale, stretch up and back. Inhale, come back to the center. Sorry. From there you go all the way down. Again, Yoga Mudra. Take a couple breaths there, just let your arms relax over the top of your head. And then hands next to your feet, step back with the same foot you step forward, so right foot back. Come into that lunge. Inhale, stretch up and back. And what about the breath? If you need to take a few breaths because we're doing it so slowly, that's fine. Hands next to your feet. Tuck your toes under and step back into downward facing dog. Come down as far as you can. Open the shoulder blades. Stretch them apart, flatten the back. and then head up, and you're going to scoop down into cobra. And again, try to get your heels together. Open up the upper back. And then you stretch back into Good Pranam. Come up, hands up Kriya Mudra. Stretch up and back. And then come back to the center. And we start from the beginning, doing the other side. Inhale, stretch up and back. Exhale, arms next to the ears, come down. Good Pranam. And then scoop down. And up again into Cobra. Tuck the toes under, push up into Downward Facing Dog. Couple of breaths. And then step forward with the left leg. This is your lunge. So come to the center, find your balance, and then stretch up and back on an inhale. Hands next to your feet, step together. Drop the arms over the head in Yoga Mudra. And then come up. Stretch up and back. And again, head down. Drop the arms over the head. Hands next to your feet. Step back with the left leg into the lunge. And then come into Downward Facing Dog. Scoop down. So now you're going to be coming back up into Cobra. And then stretch back into Good Pranam. Come up. Inhale. Stretch all the way back. And back to prayer. So do one more on each side. I'll talk you through it. Inhale in Prayer Mudra. Exhale. Stretch up and back. On your inhale, arms next to the ears, come into Good Pranam. Keep your palms together in Good Pranam. There's a mat up here in the front. Come and grab a mat. And then scoop forward into Cobra. Use your arm muscles, stretching up, good, lovely. Tuck your toes under, push up into Downward Facing Dog. Take a couple breaths there. Inhale, step forward with the right leg into the lunge. Stretch up and back. Stretch, 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 lovely. Take your time so you can feel it. And then come back down, hands next to your feet, step together both feet. Both hands together behind your back, Yoga Mudra. Drop your arms over your head as far as you can. Just test it, see that, feel that stretch. And then come standing up, stretch up and back, stretch up, 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 up. Upper back stretch. Good, come back down into Yoga Mudra. Arms over the head, lovely. And then hands next to your feet. Step back with the right leg, same leg, but you step forward, back into a lunge. You're lunging on the other side. Knee down on the floor. Arms up over your head, look up and back. Just feel that stretch in the top thigh. Take your time, feel the stretch, then come down. Back into downward facing dog. Hold it. Couple of breaths there. Try to get your heels flat. Open your shoulder blades. Good. Then scooping down to come all the way to the floor for cobra. Use your arms. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Open up the upper back. Good. Back up into downward facing dog. No, sorry. Back into Guru Pranam. Guru Pranam. Just testing.
I was doing what you were saying. I'm doing.
And then scoop up arms next to the ears, onto Virasana, so on your heels, rock pose, stretch up and back with the arms, open up the heart. Good, back into prayer. And then let's do one last one on the other side. Okay, get your breath back. We're doing the left leg now. Inhale, stretch up and back, open up, open up, open up, open up, open up, open up the heart. And exhale, Guru Pranam. Forehead on the floor, hands together, stretch. Feel the bow to the teacher within, to that fragrance. Inhale, come up. Sorry, scoop forward into cobra. Feel cobra. Open up the heart, drop the shoulders away from the ears. Open up, try to get the heels together so you feel that pinch in the butt muscles. Scoop up into downward facing dog. Feel a flat back, heels on the floor, stretch downward facing dog. Step forward, left leg, lunge, all the way forward. Stretch up and back, knee on the ground, stretch up and back. Get your balance, feel it. Good. Hands on the floor next to your feet. Step forward, other foot. And drop the hands over the head in Yoga Mudra. Join the hands. Open up those shoulder blades. You want totally open shoulders, because that's what closes the heart. Get your breath. And then come up, stand up. Arms stretching up and back again, opening the heart. In the other direction. Back into Yoga Mudra. All the way down, arms over the head, very good, opening up the shoulders and the heart chakra. Hands on the floor, step back with the left leg, back into the lunge, lunging on the other side, stretch up and back. Lovely, feel the stretch. And then step back into downward facing dog. Feel that for a little bit, couple breaths. Try to get the heels flat, get the shoulder blades flat, stretch the shoulder blades apart. And then scooping down, all the way down, and come back up into cobra. Open up the heart. And then scoop back into Guru Pranam. Feel that bow, submitting the ego to the will of the soul, right use of will, and then come up, scooping up, up, stretch up and back into prayer mudra. And feel this position, the strength of this position. Virasana, Virasana, Vir is hero. The pose of the hero. Why? Because it opens up so many channels in the body. Opens up the energy channel so the energy flows. And you have the courage of a hero coming from deep within your soul. Not an ego plastering of an armoring of yourself, but a deep opening from within. It takes a lot of practice to learn to sit like this for a while, so it's good to practice just for a couple seconds at a time. Then you can come out of this and into easy pose, or you can rest a little bit actually. From lying on your back, you just have a 2-minute rest, so your body can absorb the energies that have been flowing through the sequence. Hands next to your body, palms facing the ceiling. Open legs, open arms, open heart, and give in to the floor. Watch your thoughts, because your thoughts determine the tension in your body. If your thoughts start roaming, you will find your body tensing up. Stay centered on the breathing. Stay centered on allowing your body, muscle group by muscle group, to sink into the floor. Spinal twist by putting your right knee over the left straight leg and dropping it to the ground while looking in the opposite direction to the knee. Try to keep the shoulders flat on the ground and the knee on the floor. That will give you, relax the lower half of the spine to allow you back to realign itself. And then change arms and legs. So, other knee over, relaxing the spine, look in the opposite direction, the foot is behind the knee, tucked in behind the knee, and dropping down the knee towards the ground so you get that good stretch. That's it. And then bring your knees into your chest and have them in. Rocking forwards and backwards, side to side first, then forwards and backwards until you can find sitting. And we're going to begin the Kriya. The Kriya is to balance your aura. And we're going to work with the navel chakra throughout this Kriya. So the seat of power is at the navel. That's where we have reserve energy. From all our energy bodies, we draw from the navel. But if that's out of balance and we're overusing ego, then we go into a state where we become abusive with ourselves. We push ourselves, we force ourselves into doing certain things, and that then translates into our relationships where we become abusive and forceful and controlling, etc. Within our relationships. So this is a way of just balancing that navel chakra and getting it to communicate with the 8th chakra, which is the aura. Kundalini Yoga, we work with the 8th chakra. Normally we work with 7. The aura is the 8th chakra. So that communication between the navel chakra and the aura begins to hand over to the power of the soul, so that the will of the soul becomes what drives us rather than the will of the ego. When we're just working with navel chakra and we kind of having this rigid sense of having to control things from here, then we don't have that easy flow, which when the aura contains that energy, before you've done anything, your aura has impacted the people around you. It's impacted the situations that you enter, and it already starts to change. Before you've said a word or done anything, the aura is already impacting. So that's what this Kriya works on. Works on balancing that capacity, which every single living organism has, to have a powerful aura that is already working for you and continues working for you, regardless of what you're doing or not doing with the ego self. So the first exercise, the hands are in this position and up in front of the eyes, so that when you look, and your eyes are open for this, when you look through, it's like you're looking through a fan, and this is the action. Okay, so you're going to work with, and as you can see from this action, you're going to work with opening the heart chakra. So you're working powerfully with the heart. But at the same time, if this is not really powerfully held, you're going to hurt the lower back. So you're going to start doing this sort of thing, which is going to create strain. So you must really hold a strong base with the navel. Use your stomach, hold it, and create a powerful posture, keeping the eyes open. Get that feeling as if you're looking through, a fan that is
spinning.
Exactly. Thank you. And that cures the eyesight, this particular physical eyesight, as well as the vision of the third eye. So you're working in several different ways at once. So hold the hands up. Make sure that the forearms stay parallel, so don't let them drop. Don't do this. The arms stay up, and use this action to open
And
the
we
heart
don't
chakra.
alternate, it's just one way. We don't do the...
No, it's just one way. So it's as fast as you can. Just get that action as if you're looking through a fan. Fast, 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 fast. That's it. And we do that for 3 minutes, so keep it up. Keep your eyes open. You're supposed to be looking through. Look so that you can feel that disturbing of the vision. Don't squint. Look straight ahead. Straight ahead. Look through the open fingers. The fingers are spread wide. That's it. And move as fast as you can. Working on several different visions. Keep those forearms parallel to the ground. Keep the elbows up. Straight ahead. The faster you move, the more you get the actual exercise. Move it faster so that you get that flickering vision. Don't hold your breath. Breathe as you do it. Fast, 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 fast. You want to move fast. You get that flick. That's it. That's it. Fast. Get the flickering vision. You want to change how you see things. Last minute, move as fast as you can. Don't hold your breath. Breathe. Keep the arms up. Last 20 seconds. the heart, pull the elbows apart, stretch and pull root lock. And exhale. Relax the arms, shake your arms out, shake your shoulders.
Should you pull root lock when you're on your periods?
No. No root lock if you put it on. And it depends on the flow, but like towards the end it can be a light root lock. Okay? Okay, so the next one is going to be archer pose. So you can stand up and turn your mat so that you're facing out. It doesn't matter which direction, but just so that you can look out, turn yourself. Take your socks off because you're going to want to have a proper grip on the mat, on the floor. And archer pose is Virabhadrasana, which is again hero pose. Warrior pose is what it's called in classic Hatha Yoga. Your right foot is forward, bend down as far as you can go. Right hand, arm, and thumb is in a fist. In a fist with the hand is in a fist with the thumb pointing up. And the left hand is pulling back as if you're pulling a bow and arrow. You're pulling a bow, you've got the arrow in this hand and you're about to let it loose. So this is the correct posture. You're trying to go down as low as you can so that you have a 90-degree angle. Be careful not to do this because you overextend the knee. You want a 90-degree angle or less. So it can be here or greater. Greater but not less, or there. And then this is the action, dropping down, coming up, dropping down, coming up, dropping down. Your eyes are open, fixed on the horizon. Come down as far as you can into the lunge. Look, turn and face outward so that you're looking into the horizon. Look as far out as you can.
Which leg, sorry?
Right leg is forward. Right arm is forward. And you're bending and straightening. It's a very, very powerful position. Creates an enormous amount of energy in the body, especially in the lower meridians. But if you pull the arms correctly, you will create an enormous amount of pressure also in the upper meridians, which have to do with the heart and the digestion. Being able to face life with courage that comes from deep inside your body. Not a decision in your head, it's a natural state. Keep your head up, looking straight ahead. Look into the horizon. Lift your head, lift your vision. Look ahead. Govinda is the sustainer. Sustaining energy in your body. Last 20 seconds on this side. Come down as low as you can, don't come all the way up. Just a slight bounce. Your head up, look up into the distance. See your future. Good, and come to that original position, hold it, tighten, and exhale and change sides. Make sure the back foot is at a 45-degree angle, and the front foot is in line with the center of the back foot. You don't have any space between your feet. The front foot is in line with the center of the back foot. Test it. Put that front foot back and draw a line from the center of your back foot so that it hits the right heel, the left heel. That's it. And And then come down into the correct posture. Your legs are too close together. You need to open them much wider. Long legs, open them wide. Wide. That's it. And then come down. And begin. Your legs are long. Your legs must be wide open.
Like one.
Keep that back elbow up, parallel to the floor. Keep your eyes up, looking into the distance. Fix your gaze as you look into the future, your future. Projecting this attitude, this fragrance of your true self. Somewhere, not into a wall. Yeah. You don't want to block yourself with that vision of no throughfare here. Look out. Keep looking up, keep looking up. Keep your gaze fixed. Weight on the back foot. You're not leaning forward. And come to the original position. Hold. Take a deep breath. Fix that position. Fix the eye gaze. Good. And come out of it and change sides again. Just 30 seconds on the original side. Shake your legs out first. And then come back onto the right side. The right foot is forward. Center of the right heel is in line with the center, the instep of the back foot. Make sure the back foot is pointing forward at a 45-degree angle. Get the correct hip alignment, and then come down into Virasana, into Virabhadasana, all the way down, archer pose, and move up and down. Again, looking into the distance. Take a deep breath, hold that position, hold the gaze, project that fragrance right down. The original position is a lunge. Bend the front knee and come out. Good, shake it out. All the energy channels are opening. This next exercise, which is the last one, that one, because the last one is a meditation. This next one is, you're going to have to be really careful with your back and with your arms, because especially if your body is a little older, you can pull a muscle, so be careful. But you're going to work from, it's basically Siya Bandhandes, but instead of doing upward facing dog, we're going from cobra into downward facing dog. And back to cobra. And back to downward facing dog. And back to cobra. And back to downward facing dog. Okay? So do it in your own time. Do it for 5 minutes. So in your own time, working with your own body's capacity. Don't hurt yourself. If you need to put your knees down before you come into Cobra, perfectly fine, especially at the 4.5 minute mark. And begin. Find your own way through this, but do a Cobra, a full Cobra, and then come back into downward facing dog. Then come back into a full Cobra. Watch your lower back as you move from posture to posture. You're either going to do a half Cobra or a full Cobra. Make sure when you're in Cobra that your shoulders are pulled well away from your ears, no matter which Cobra you're doing. And in downward facing dog, let your shoulder blades are pulled well apart and again away from your ears. Open up the chest. Already done in almost 1.5 minutes, so only 3.5 to go. Take your time, work into each stretch. Work the in-between, the transitions, as hard as you work the actual posture. Be present all the way. Fast. It must be deep. This is particularly good for women for upper body strength because we have to work a little harder than men to create a more consistent upper body strength. close of a child. And just rest. So your butt on your heels, arms next to your feet, let your third eye rest on the floor and feel completeness of this posture. So regeneration posture, allowing your body to recover and absorb all the energies that have been raised, redirecting them to the appropriate places. Expanding the ribcage out sideways. And again, take another deep breath, expanding the ribcage out backwards. And last deep breath in and out. And as you breathe out, come up slowly. Vertebra by vertebra, keeping the head down. Head is the last to be raised. Come sitting in an easy pose and prepare for the meditation. This is the final part of the Kriya. It's a 14-minute meditation, and we do it with a particular track which has been recommended. So Yogi Bhajan taught this with this original track, and every time you hear the words Waheguru or Wahegio, you're going to pull root lock and hold it for the length of that phrase of Waheguru. So I'm going to play you the music so you can hear what I'm talking about. Pull root lock, release. Pull root lock. Root lock, root lock, here. Root lock, release. Root lock, release. Root lock, hold it. Again, Waheguru. Okay? So you're pulling, it goes for a couple of minutes, and then it will go into a long where they go off and do it in other parts. Then you just relax and breathe. Then it comes back to Waheguru, 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 Wahegio, and you're going to be pulling root lock, which is anal, genital, navel muscles. All together, you will do it. If you're on your period, you will do it really gently. Visualize that lock happening. Yeah? without interrupting the flow at all. So it's not a muscular thing, it's a visualization, a slight tensing, and then a release. On every Waheguru, you will pull and hold it for that length, and on every Wahegio, the same thing. About 10 minutes into that track, there is a portion here. Let me just play it. Yeah, the Every time you hear the tuhi, that's already 10 minutes into it, so it's 2/3 of the way through the meditation. Every time you hear tuhi, you're going to take one breath of fire. Pushing the tummy out on the inhale, pulling it back on the exhale. Again, you do that very gently. For every tuhi. And then it will go back to the Waheguru, 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 Wahegio, where you're pulling root lock for the length of each phrase. Is that clear?
So, sorry. Just to confirm, so when you say Waheguru, we pull root lock Wahe and we release Guru?
No. You pull root lock, hold, Waheguru, hold, release.
Yes.
Waheguru, hold, release. So you'll get the hang of it. Every now and again he speeds it up a little bit and then you've got to rush a little bit. But you'll get the hang of it, okay? It's somebody who's playing live. It's at one of the Gurdwara sessions. So it's not a kind of recording that is terribly neat, and it's a live performance, okay? So you're just going to listen really carefully, get into the rhythm, his rhythm. As he's chanting, he's doing it with a devout sense of bhakti, which is devotion. So just listen, get into it, and in between meditate. Okay? So it's 14 minutes. And begin. Sorry, that's not the beginning. Really engage with that base chakra and the navel. You're pushing the energy out into the aura. You should feel your body beginning to heat up now from the strength of the root lock.
Jai Jai
Relax and meditate.
साथ साथ श्रीनिवास आद पूरक सदा तुम्ही
Here's the two he.
जलस तू ही तलस तू ही जलस तू ही तलस तू ही विशस तू ही छदस तू ही जलस तू ही तलस तू ही विशस तू ही छदस तू ही ज़मीन तू ही ज़मान तू ही मसीह तू ही मकान तू ही ज़मीन तू ही ज़मान तू ही मसीह तू ही मकान तू ही 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 साथ साथ श्रीनिवास आद पूरक सदा तुम्ही 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 तुम्ही
Put as hard as you can. Waheguru feeling, that fragrance that is generated and pulsing throughout your whole body and all your 10 energy bodies. Gently lower yourself down for relaxation. Cover your body so that you keep that warmth in. Stay with this awareness of the connection between the navel chakra and the 8th chakra, which is the aura. And the 8th chakra, which is the aura. Back on the ground, arms are open, legs are open, palms up facing the ceiling. And let this fragrance permeate throughout your entire being. Let the fragrance permeate throughout the room and out into the universe. Gently bring your consciousness back to your breathing and into your body and into the room. Gently bringing movement back by rubbing your thumbs across your fingertips slowly and then rotating wrists and ankles also slowly. Gently nurturing, nudging yourself back to a state of wakefulness. Stretching your arms above your head, taking a deep breath, pushing your tummy up as you breathe in, stretching your whole body nice and tall, and then on the exhale going into cat stretch by dropping the bent knee over the straight leg. So you again twist the spine and give the body a chance. And that little massage with that twist. Doing both sides. And then coming back to the center and rubbing the hands and feet together to really wake up. Hold the feet, palms of the hands, stick them up in the air and rub them briskly. Vigorous rub, waking up, connecting with navel chakra again. Stimulating all the meridians with the hands and feet, and then grabbing the knees, rocking from side to side while the knees are pulled in tight towards the chest. Head is still relaxed on the floor. And then rocking and rolling 3 or 4 times, forwards and backwards all the way up till your feet touch and all the way back till your head touches. Keeping the body in a tight little ball as you roll, and then coming into easy pose. So we're going to end off with Pori Kriya. which is a version using the Satanama of Kirtan Kriya and the Mudra of Kirtan Kriya, but we're going to do it slightly differently. We breathe in with 8 short sniffs with Sa, Ta, Na, Ma mentally on each sniff, so it looks like this. And on the exhale you whisper Sa, Ta, Na, Ma, Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. Sa, Ta, Na, Ma, Sa, Ta, Na, Ma.
And then do you still visualize it going?
Always do the L shape. So it's not as important as Kirtan Kriya because we're not doing the 3 versions, but it's always useful to visualize as the Sa comes in, it comes in the top of the head and goes out through the forehead. Ta, Na, Ma. Keeps your mind engaged, keeps your mind active. When you visualize, you're really training the mind and making it more and more malleable and more under your control, which is what we want. Yeah, control the mind, control the universe. Manjita Jagjit. If your mind is under your control, you are able to manipulate many, many things around you into the will of the soul. Yeah? Manipulate seems like a strong word, but it is a process where we're working to create synergy between our will and the will of the divine. So let's do that. Inhaling, Sata Nama, with the fingers moving. Index finger, middle, for each one in turn. Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. Sa is infinity, Ta is life, Na is death, Ma is rebirth. So we're really just chanting and conjuring up that energy of the infinite flow and the way it all fits together. Let's begin. Last one. Inhale deep, hands in Indian Mudra. Hold the breath and tighten root lock. Pull the tummy towards the spine and tighten anal and navel and genital muscles. Hold and squeeze. And blow the breath out. Inhale deep, hold. Tighten anal and genital muscles and pull the navel muscles all the way back towards the spine. Hold. Squeeze. And blow it out. Last one, inhale deep. Tighten the muscles and push that pranic energy deep into the nucleus of every cell in your body. Sip in a little more air and squeeze. Oxygenate your cells. And just sit in stillness for a minute. And bathe in the fragrance of your soul, of your self-esteem, your true self-esteem. Together into Kriya Mudra, so we end off with long time sun. Bring your focus to the internal sun. The fire energy at the navel chakra. Roll your eyes down and look down towards the navel. And feel the heat of that inner sun rising as you gaze at it. And feel the rays of the inner sun moving outwards from the center as far out as you can. as you can visualize those rays. Trillions of rays moving from the navel right out into your energy field and beyond. And each one of those rays is vibrating at the speed of light. This is your truth. Inhale to begin. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. We call on the ancestors of the spiritual lineage, on the collective power of our blood ancestors, on the ancestors of the land that we walk on every day to work together, to channel the energy of the source, bringing that energy through to each one of us, creating capacity that we may do our work here, that we may impact others and touch each one whose lives we touch is uplifted. Sat Nam.